Hey dancers, and welcome to the Dance Your Life Facebook Live. I'm here with M Gallego. M, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
Great, great. So how's the weather where you're at right now? How's everything?
Oh, yeah, the weather, I'm in London right now, so the weather is kind of finally warming up. It's springtime. Tulips are blooming around everywhere, so it's really nice to see and have just, yeah, warm weather finally.
Oh, yes, that's so awesome. All right, well, let's go ahead and
Mm,
get started with our warm-up questions. One of the questions is going to be,
sure.
where did you grow up and where do you live now?
Yeah, so I grew up in Alhambra, California. My mom lived there before I did, so she went to Alhambra High School, and it's just kind of been the city that my whole family has been in, and it's been a great little city. But I decided to move out and study my master's degree in London. So I'm here now, and my visa expires in 2022, so it's ending soon. We'll see what happens, but I'm really enjoying, yeah, living and experiencing the London life.
Oh, wow, that's so awesome.
Mm.
Okay. So what is your favorite quote?
Hmm. I think the first one that popped to my mind when you first asked me it was, yeah, dance as if no one's watching.
Yeah,
Yeah. hmm
for sure.
I mean,
What
I've heard. Sorry, that I've
go
just,
ahead.
yeah, throughout different like stages in my life with my dance journey, that quote has just really resonated with me in all aspects, especially now as well. Even just working with different people and giving them that same attitude, that same quote, because I think that's, yeah, judgment. Judgment is a big thing in the dance world, so that's the quote that comes
Oh
up.
yeah, we'll definitely get into that later. Yeah. So who are your dance role models?
That's interesting because I don't know if I specifically have any specific dance role models. I know growing up, the people who are around me in my dance community, I really looked up to them. Even just the dance leaders or even people that graduated already, kind of like yourself in that aspect. Just to see that there are different pathways to dance, but particularly say in the ballroom dance world where I have my background in, um, dancers like Victor Fung. He's just the way he holds himself in the posture and the way he dances with other people is just really beautiful.
Yeah, nice.
Mm.
Cool. How old were you when you choreographed your first dance? And who was it
How
to?
old was I? Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, the first thing I could think of was probably fifth grade. So I was 10 years old, and it was to like a boy band, O Town, with some of my friends. And I really wanted to perform it in class, and they really didn't want to. I can really remember that moment. And that's like probably the last time I think I did dance until probably about 5 years later. So it was like a big gap, but I think that was a moment when I was like, yeah, choreography is really what I need, a way to express myself.
Mm. All right. Well, those were our warm-up questions. Let's go on to our choreography questions. Let's go ahead and talk about how you got into teaching. Who are you teaching? Are you using your master's for that? So
Yeah.
let's go ahead and
Okay.
talk about that.
Yeah, I started teaching ballroom dance actually before I did any teaching of any other dance. And I was in a teacher training program where I learned the basics, the foundations of each specific ballroom dance style, and what it means to be in partnership as well. And so I started teaching lots of different clients, couples, wedding couples, even quinceañeras, and I've also done a lot of different students who had in different ages and different kind of jobs in that sense. So it kind of threw me right into the deep end of getting to know other people who are older than me and then having them rely on me to teach them things. Um, what else? So at the moment, I am teaching, yeah, some older clients, male older clients, as I'm a ballroom female teacher. And I also have a student who has Down syndrome and teaching him ballroom dance, but it's kind of evolved into more dance movement psychotherapy. I know. I seem to lost you in this. You are frozen on my end. I don't know if I'm frozen on your end. Hmm. Says time is still going, so I'm assuming. Oh, lost you completely.
Yeah, hopefully everybody can still see
Okay,
us. We're still live. Okay. All right. I'm so sorry about that.
it's okay.
All right, Em. I think the question we started breaking off on is what you're doing now with the teaching.
Okay, good, good. Yeah, so I'm now teaching. I have a client who has Down syndrome, and it started as a ballroom dance kind of partnership, and now it's kind of evolved into more dance expression and dance movement psychotherapy in that sense, as that's what my master's is in. So it really gives him just a different way to express himself and actually speak, as he has trouble speaking verbally. And so we've used that kind of dance as a mode of communication, form of language. And it's just really amazing how that kind of evolved into that. I think the partnership in the ballroom dance aspect allowed us to really feel the contact and feel that safety in that, and then it allowed for everything else to kind of expand and let his true self come out.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Can you tell everyone again what you went to school for and what you would like to do with it moving forward too?
Yeah. So I'm going to school for my master's degree in dance movement psychotherapy. So hopefully within this year, I will be a registered dance movement psychotherapist in the UK. And before that, I did get my degree in religious studies, which doesn't kind of relate in that sense, but I always had dance as a good background and staple. For the future, I'm in this point of really kind of seeing where my next path is and where I want to go with this. And of course, I'd love to continue this field of dance movement psychotherapy, but I'd like to dive in a little bit more. So sometimes I'm thinking about my PhD and really thinking about the specifics of partner dancing in dance movement psychotherapy and the mutual influence between them. But that's, yeah, kind of where I'm at the moment. Of course, would love to open my own dance studio and make it versatile to different clients and different needs and different dance styles and things like that, and therapeutic benefits in that too. So yeah, I'm kind of just in this mode of being open.
Yeah. So I know we started talking about also how big judgment is with people, and people tend to not do things because they're afraid of judgment. I think that's a main base of it. How
Mhm.
do you teach your students about that?
I think it has a lot to do with, I think, finding, for me, music is a big thing. So if I can find that client specific music genre they like, I can then allow them to feel comfortable in the space that they're in and allow them to just dance the way that their body wants to do, even if it is a little bit uncomfortable in that sense. But I think, yeah, music really does hold that kind of breakaway into having people feel a little bit more comfortable. Once you hear, your favorite song, you have no choice but to kind of move how you want to.
Hmm.
So that's kind of what has allowed me to allow them to feel less judged. And also just sharing my experience. Of course, I was a dancer before, but I never done ballroom dance. So I started the same way that they have started as well. So learning the basic steps will only build the foundation.
Hmm. Hmm.
Mm.
Yes, definitely.
Mm.
Great. Yeah. So let's go back to when you started dancing in high school or something.
Yeah.
What did you take away from when you started dancing in high school? What did you take away from there and then still use it now?
Hmm. I learned a lot, I think, in like the choreographic aspect with Miss Crawford.
Hmm.
She, yeah, really instilled that in me, and it made me, yeah, also just hear music differently in that sense, because I'm also a drummer. So it makes me kind of be aware of, oh, the music has this pattern. Well, I can line this dance up to this certain pattern. So I think I've taken what I've learned in high school about just, yeah, choreographing pieces for different students or things like that, and different dance styles, and I still use those things that I've used, and how like the foundation of a choreography can kind of be laid out.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mm.
definitely. Me too. I mean, I took a lot from our high school, especially
Yeah.
Crawford taught us a lot. I mean, that's the reason why I was able to start my own dance company because
Mm.
I mean, of her, there was so many of us that were able to leave and just put it into work. Any
Yeah.
job. She would get us ready for any job.
Yeah. Definitely. Oh yeah.
Be on top of your game, be on time, you
Hmm.
never give up. communicative. Like there's so much that we learned in our high school. I'm very fortunate that those of us that came from that high school had Miss Crawford, because I know at that time it was really hard. But then later on, you think about it, I'm like, you know what? There's a lot that I learned from that dance team that
Mm.
helped me become who I am now.
Oh yeah. Hmm. So true. Yeah. Even just the whole community aspect, really feeling like you're in that family as well. And I still am friends with some of the people that we're still in the dance team with. So it's just amazing how that dance can build that.
Right? Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
Mm.
amazing. Oh,
Mm.
and this was such a great conversation. I would like to go down to the last questions. Now,
Sure.
what is the one thing that you would do if you were not a dancer?
Yeah. Well, that was weird. I just totally like thought of everything else besides what I would really do actually. Um, I would try and be a drummer, like really go hard with that because in high school I was in the drum line and I did music all growing up and dance was actually kind of the background. It was just like something to keep my body moving. I enjoyed it. It wasn't until after I graduated that I realized, oh, dance is super important to my life. But I definitely, either if I could be in a rock band or if I could record some of my own drumming or anything like that and use it as some certain beats and things, that would be, yeah, what I would love to do.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember I started doing some drumming with my ex-boyfriend. He would let me play the drum set, and it was
Mm,
so much fun. I love doing it. Yeah, I totally.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
it was.
just, yeah, a great outlet, a different way to express again and to let those emotions out.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you had like one dance move to do over and over again, if you were like in a deserted island or something, what is that one dance move that you would be doing?
Ooh, one dance move I would do. Oh, this is tough. I guess it's kind of yeah, I guess I have to stand up for it.
Yeah.
I guess it actually, yeah, it'd probably be like the salsa
Yeah.
basic.
Yeah. Nice.
Um,
Yeah. That's a go-to, right?
yeah, even to the side, that's kind of the same thing, but it's really, yeah, in this part of the body, just really moving that.
Yes,
Mhm.
that is absolutely. Oh yeah, I love that movement. It's fun. It's funny because even when I dance hip hop and there's like some freestyling, I almost I do that movement too.
Yeah, yeah. It's so internal, it just, like, feels good everywhere and just yeah. Mhm.
And do you have any shout outs or any last words or any tips for any dancer that is moving to another, or they're just kind of doubting themselves and moving to another country or anything like that?
Yeah, I think, yeah, my shout out to them would probably just be, like, really listen to your body, close your eyes and really see what your body wants to do, follow the way it moves, because that can be just a great representation of where you actually really wanna go. If you're, stuck in your head, I think the body can really just allow us to see things in a different way that we've never seen them before, so relying on the body.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm. Yeah.
This is great. I love talking to you. I'm
Oh,
definitely going
thanks.
to be doing a lot more of these conversations. And also with you, I would love to bring you back more often
Mhm.
because I feel like we can talk about different topics every time we talk about something. But
Oh, yeah.
this is great. Thank you so much, Em.
Oh,
Everybody,
thank you.
so much. Yeah, everybody that watched us live, I appreciate you. Everyone that's going to watch the rerun, thank you so much. And remember to stand out.
Mhm.